Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norris Witch, and we have another full moon coming up. This month the full moon is in Scorpio, a very exciting sign. So as always, let us look at how we can use that in our magical practice. Let's go! As always, of course, when is this full moon in Scorpio? In Central European time, it will be on Wednesday, April 24th at 1:48 a.m. In Eastern time, it will be on Tuesday, April 23rd at 7:48 p.m. And in Pacific time on Tuesday, April 23rd at 4:48 p.m. First of all, let us look at the zodiac sign Scorpio. Scorpio is a fixed water sign ruled by either Pluto or Mars, depending on which planetary system you work with. And it is a water sign. So of course, Scorpios are very, very highly emotional and sensitive, but they do not show it. Scorpio doesn't really like showing their emotions to other people. So they are kind of secretive. They like to kind of keep people out if they meet them for the first time. Of course, if you know a Scorpio for longer, then of course, if you're lucky, they will open up to you. But in the first moment, they will be pretty secretive. That's why a lot of people perceive Scorpios as kind of mysterious, because they will be around a group of people and just observe everyone and not necessarily show their cards, you know. But as the other water signs, they are also usually very, very intuitive, empathetic. A lot of them are psychics. They are like the other water signs, but also not. I personally kind of see them as the fire sign of the water signs, because of course, ruled by Pluto and or Mars. Scorpios are very, very, very passionate. If they want something, they want it badly. And if they want someone, they want that person badly. So, as I said, very, very passionate. That oftentimes also manifests in them being pretty sexual. So alongside with Aries, I kind of feel like Scorpio is the most sexual sign. They also rule the genital area, so of course that makes a lot of sense. But they're also a fixed water sign. So with this combination of the fixed sign, a water sign, and Pluto and Mars, that kind of leads to them being pretty calculating. That's also why they are kind of secretive and don't necessarily show their assets to everyone. They are pretty calculating. They know how to play other people. Sometimes they can even get very manipulative. Of course, that is not every Scorpio, but if it is a Scorpio that isn't very evolved, they will sometimes resort to manipulation. But in general, they are usually pretty calculating. They know definitely what they need to do to get their way. And while, for example, an Aries would do that pretty obviously, a Scorpio knows how to hide that from the other person. So with that combination, you definitely don't want to fuck with a Scorpio, because they hold grudges hard. Like a Scorpio has the ability to hold on to what you have done to them for a long, long time and to get back to you for it 5 years later if they get the chance to do it, because they are a fixed sign. If you hurt them, they can hold on to that for a long time. Unlike, for example, a Pisces, a mutable sign, who, like, if you hurt a Pisces, of course they are very hurt, but they will get over it pretty quickly. A Scorpio doesn't. A Scorpio will stick with it. So they hold grudges, and they are kind of known for being kind of vengeful even. Scorpios are also known as human lie detectors. So if you were planning on fucking with a Scorpio and just lying to their face and trying to get through with it, you won't, trust me. They will know if you're lying, and lying to a Scorpio, that's like one of the worst things you can do to them. They hate being lied to, so just don't even try. A lot of people also see Scorpios because of this very unique combination of them being a water sign, but also having the darker aspect of Pluto and Mars. They kind of see Scorpios as kind of dark goths sometimes, liking more morbid things and the darker side of things. Okay, but how does that apply to a full moon? So first of all, Scorpio is very much about like death and transformation and things like that. That's also where this like morbid fascination for a lot of them comes from. So I personally really like using Scorpio energy for transformation spells or to bring death to things. Not necessarily bringing death to other people, but like bringing death to parts of yourself that you don't want to stick around, or to bring death to things in your life that you don't want anymore. A transformation spell is also the Patreon exclusive spell that I shared this month. So if you're interested in that, it's a very, very interesting combination of like tree magic, funerals, and graveyards. So a very cool spell in my opinion. I am pretty proud of it, I must admit. So if you're interested in that, then check that out on my Patreon. But in general, do whatever transformation spell that you like, or any banishing spell that you like. I know banishings and like getting rid of stuff is more so a waning moon or dark moon thing, but I kind of feel like with a Scorpio full moon, I kind of feel like that still works. In general, a lot of people like to do baneful spells with Scorpio energy. I also agree with that. I really like the Mars and Pluto energy for that. Also the ability of Scorpios to hold grudges and to be very plotting and calculating. I kind of feel like that works very, very well for baneful spells. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hex or a curse. You could also just do, for example, a protection spell that is a little bit more on the baneful side, something like a tripwire or like a mirroring spell. In general, you could also do a general return to sender. That could also be a protection spell, but it could also be a one-time thing. You know, if you know that someone sent something your way, feel free to use this energy to return that to the sender with a lot of spite and vengeance. Of course, we can also draw on Scorpio's passion and sexual side to, for example, do some sex magic. So no matter what you want to do on this full moon, feel free to use sex magic to do that. I kind of feel like that would fit very well. And in general, everything that revolves around passion would also be a great idea. That doesn't necessarily have to be bringing passion into a relationship. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can also be bringing passion into any aspects of your life. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's a project that you are kind of slacking on. Bring passion into your life wherever you feel the need to. Even though I personally prefer doing divination on dark moons or new moons, I kind of feel like with water signs or water sign full moons, divination is also a great activity for those types of full moons. Especially with a Scorpio full moon, you could, for example, do divination on if someone is like trying to get at you, if someone is lying to you, you know, something like that. Because Scorpios are such lie detectors and they can basically detect if someone's out for them, you can draw on that to do some divination around that. Or for example, if you want to figure out if you have like the evil eye, or if someone has sent a hex or a curse your way, you could do divination on that. I kind of feel like it doesn't matter if it's a Scorpio dark or new or full moon. I kind of feel like with Scorpio energy that always works pretty well. And with that being said, those are my ideas for a Scorpio full moon. As always, if you have further ideas, put them in the comment for everyone to see. And with that being said, Patreon and YouTube member shout out. Thank you so much to Pat, Lindsay, Kelly, Linda, The Other Saffron, Orchis, Silent, Selena, Richard, Standing Fox, Jennifer, Ryan, Alex, Jazz, Shaw, Christiana, T-Demon, Elizabeth, Sylvia, Katrina, V, Bella, Derek, Smiley, Kirsten, Shannon, Andrew, Tisha, Sarah, Aziza, August, Shelby, Helena, SJ, Mala, Ann, Kate, Z, Brent, Brittany, Smolkata, Josh, Elinora, Knarr, Christine, Rixie Business, Annalena, Ashley, Tim, John, Phoenix, Jenny, Maggie, Amy, Bethany, Timothy, Coffee or the Honorary Gossip Squirrel, and last but not least, Bjorn. And now my lovely YouTube members. Thank you so much to, again, Pat. Thank you so much. Lindsay, Betsy, Peony, Rain, Milla, and KT. Thank you all so much for your support. It really means a lot. A lot. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up. And of course, ring the bell down below so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Feel free to check out my other socials and my shop for ethically and sustainably sourced witchcraft tools and materials. And if you want to support me in another way, then feel free to check out my Patreon or my YouTube membership. And with that being said, I will see you in another video. Bye!